The number of people who have come out as gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender has risen in the last decade, but advocates say there is still work to be done when it comes to overcoming stigma. To talk about this is the president of our local PFLAG chapter, Cindy Hill Nobles, who's joining us via Zoom. Good morning to you, Cindy. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you.
PFLAG is an advocate and support system for LGBTQ plus people and their families. So let's look at the numbers, Cindy, of people who now identify as something other than heterosexual. We've seen an increase in the number of people who have coming out, especially in Generation Z. Let's talk about that increase compared to what we've seen historically. What are the numbers currently?
The numbers currently, depending on what polls you look at, somewhere between 7 and 10% of the population identify as LGBTQ plus.
And in the past, what have they been?
In the past, they were usually under 4. And it wasn't that fewer people were LGBTQ plus then. It's just that more people are coming out now.
Do you think the numbers are much higher than 7%?
I do. I do. I believe it. I believe it falls more a little closer to the 10% range.
To the 10% range. So there's been progress made, of course, in this day and age, in America at least. But there is still a stigma for many people who feel like they cannot come out and be their true selves. How is that overcome in the society?
Well, homophobia and hate thrive in silence and darkness. So coming out, and National Coming Out Day is still so important and so relevant, because the more people that come out, the more understanding and acceptance follows that. So, I mean, studies have shown that people who have struggled with homophobia tend to break that down and lose that feeling when they know someone who's part of the LGBTQ plus community. So it shows that they're much less likely to be homophobic once they know someone that their views affect personally.
Before the break, we ran some stories of individuals locally here who talked about coming out and the positive experiences that they've had. But we do know that people who identify as LGBTQ, according to studies, it's been shown that they do experience more violence, some more stereotyping. Talk about that and ways that people can have positive experiences when they're coming out to friends and family.
Well, unfortunately, sometimes family is not a safe space to come out to. So if you are struggling, if you're afraid, come out to someone else in the community, come out to a friend, find your comfort level and come out to someone that you feel safe around. And, you know, family is supposed to be there to love you and accept you no matter what. Sometimes that just isn't the case. And when that happens, there are people around that can step in and help support you.
I can imagine somebody struggling with this issue, feeling like it's just a lonely journey, but there are resources available. Speak to those, Cindy.
So as far as PFLAG, we are a support, education, and advocacy group. We are here in whatever capacity we can be. We, especially before COVID, we had monthly meetings and whatnot, and we're trying to get that going again now that life is returning to something that looks like new normal. But depending on your age range, Jasmine is definitely there for you, and they are a wonderful group that can help out. There are lots of resources in this city. There really are. And all I can say is be yourself and don't be afraid. You are not alone.
Be yourself and you're not alone. Thanks so much, Cindy. We appreciate you on National Coming Out Day. If you want to learn more, go to pflag.org.